So I noticed that there's a lot of new fans of Archie Comics that may not know too much about certain characters. So I decided to start with my favorite one, other than Sabrina, Jughead. Yep, I forgot the name of the person I'm making a video on. So I did a memo page on my phone, so I'll be looking down on occasion. If you're wondering, that's why I'm looking down, is because I'm reading. But, okay, let's start. Fact number 1, Jughead was original. God, start over. Fact number 1, Jughead was originally a romantic, which means he just wasn't interested in romance. But for the time the comics came out, the character started to be developed more in 1939, but you saw them come out in the 1940s, early 1940s, during World War II. And if you don't know anything about the 1940s, it's incredibly racist and sexist and horrific. So, a lot of the things that Jughead would say sometimes would sound kind of sexist instead of just being aromantic, especially since at that time calling yourself aromantic wasn't exactly something that people really knew about. Fact number 2, Jughead has been asexual for a while now. They announced it when he came back with his own comic book series, reasonably and uncreatively called Jughead. And he basically nonchalantly said that he was asexual, and his friends kind of just accepted that instead of deeming him as the asexual in the group, which of course, as a lot of you know, people tend to just be, oh, the gay one, oh, the whatever one. Instead, it just really nonchalantly was like, yeah, I'm asexual, and then kept walking to class. Fact number 3, Jughead's first appearance was in Pep Comics number 22 in December of 1941. He was wearing overalls, which is something that I don't think they really did with him ever again. It would be interesting to see modern day overalls on a modern day Jughead. That would be something. Number 4, his real name is Forsyth Pendleton Jones III, and I think with a name like that, you can see as to why. Hello. So I noticed that there's a lot of new fans of Archie Comics that may not know too much about certain characters. So I decided to start with my favorite one, other than Sabrina, Jughead. Yep, I forgot the name of the person I'm making a video on. So I did a memo page on my phone, so I'll be looking down on occasion. If you're wondering, that's why I'm looking down, is because I'm reading. But, okay, let's start. Fact number 1, Jughead was original. God, start over. Fact number 1, Jughead was originally a romantic, which means he just wasn't interested in romance. But for the time the comics came out, the character started to be developed more in 1939, but you saw them come out in the 1940s, early 1940s, during World War II. And if you don't know anything about the 1940s, it's incredibly racist and sexist and horrific. So, a lot of the things that Jughead would say sometimes would sound kind of sexist instead of just being aromantic, especially since at that time calling yourself aromantic wasn't exactly something that people really knew about. Fact number 2, Jughead has been asexual for a while now. They announced it when he came back with his own comic book series, reasonably and uncreatively called Jughead. And he basically nonchalantly said that he was asexual, and his friends kind of just accepted that instead of deeming him as the asexual in the group, which of course, as a lot of you know, people tend to just be, oh, the gay one, oh, the whatever one. Instead, it just really nonchalantly was like, yeah, I'm asexual, and then kept walking to class. Fact number 3, Jughead's first appearance was in Pep Comics number 22 in December of 1941. He was wearing overalls, which is something that I don't think they really did with him ever again. It would be interesting to see modern day overalls on a modern day Jughead. That would be something. Number 4, his real name is Forsyth Pendleton Jones III, and I think with a name like that, you can see as to why. Fact number 4, his real name is Forsyth Pendleton Jones III, which with a name like that, you would understand why he would just call himself Jughead. Number 5, his hat is called a whoopee cap, which was popular with boys his age during the era to which he was made. And as you can see, boys don't wear that anymore. So they reinvented it into more of a beanie, but still with the little crown thing. Jughead has a dog named Hot Dog, which makes sense since he loves burgers so much that hot dogs are burgers. Fact number 7, Jughead actually marries Big Ethel, or now just called Ethel, in one of the variations of the comics, which is a weird thing to think about. Fact number 8, Jughead also goes on to take Pops over, and I could understand why Pops would choose Jughead out of everyone in Riverdale to take over Pops. Fact number 9, Jughead is often seen playing spoofs of RPG games on his TV, computer, anything that he can possibly play video games on. Fact number 10, him and Sabrina the Teenage Witch actually start a zombie apocalypse at some point. They wanted to bring back his dog. They wanted to bring back his dog, Hot Dog, which was mentioned before, when he passed away. And so Sabrina casted something that she really shouldn't have casted, and a zombie apocalypse started. Fact number 11, Jughead loves hamburgers, which is something that you should know if you ever claim to like Jughead. And if you claim that you like Jughead without knowing that he liked hamburgers, I really need you to retract that statement. You can eat several hamburgers at a time, no problem. He has like a third stomach. Fact number 12, Jughead is often the one making some sort of sarcastic comment when it comes to the love triangle between Archie and Betty and Veronica, which is literally the classic triangle of Archie Comics that has been going on for almost 100 years, because Archie Comics is going to be 100 years old in a good 22 years. Fact number 13, Jughead mainly gets his burgers from Pops, which is the restaurant that you often see in the comic books or on the show. Depending on who you are, you either have seen either the comic books or the show or both. Number 14, at Pops, he's rarely the one who actually buys his hamburgers if they're bought at all. Number 15, speaking of the show Riverdale, they don't really portray Jughead as Jughead. He's not very Jugheady, like at all. The only thing they keep is basically his hat, and then he ate a burger once when they were having lunch at school, but they really haven't kept, well, any of the actual characters, not even Archie's characteristics, like at all. Fact number 16, Cole Sprouse plays Jughead on the current TV show that I have mixed feelings for. Wait. Fact number 17, Jughead actually had a childhood puppet love kind of thing at some point with a girl named named Joanne. I haven't read that, but he apparently had a puppy love. Fact number 18, modern day writers have a point of making sure that Jughead doesn't say anything misogynistic like he kind of sort of used to back in 1940. Fact number 19, Jughead often has very strange daydreams. Fact number 20, he has a baby sister named Jellybean. And fact number 21, her actual name is Forsythia. I don't know who's coming up with the names for these children, but I feel like naming Jughead after one of his old ancestors who was some sort of war hero was a bad idea, because those names are far from being used now, other than something like George. I don't know. Fact number 22, Jughead kind of low-key trained Jellybean, baby Jellybean. I feel like the show's going the route of making her like 14 or 12, but comic book Jellybean is a little girl, a tiny little baby who dislikes Veronica, and Jughead kind of low-key trained her to be that way. For 23, in the comics, unlike the show, Jughead's parents are actually still together, and he is nowhere near being. Fact number 24, Jughead is actually very smart and usually reads ahead of what they're actually reading in class. He tries not to talk about it too much because he knows that Archie is a little bit behind. Fact number 25, Jughead is actually pretty sarcastic, but in a very playful way, you know what I mean? It's not really meant to be of malice, and sometimes when he accidentally hurts someone's feelings, or he realizes that he was kind of oblivious to the fact that someone was feeling a certain way, like when he went on a date with Sabrina and he didn't realize that Sabrina was actually very upset. He'll go back and he'll apologize and try to make things better. Well, that was 25 very, very basic facts about Jughead. I know a few more things, but I just wanted to cut it off at 25, especially since talking is weird for me. But those are the 25 basic facts about Jughead. If you want to hear recaps of what's going on in Jughead's comics right now, because I have both Volume 1 and Volume 2, and we'll be ordering Volume 3 when it comes out in like November, December of this year. If you want to hear what's going on because you don't read comic books or you just don't want to spend money on comic books, I will be here to tell you what's going on in the comic books. I'll probably do a comparison of the comic books and the TV show, what's wrong with the TV show, what's good about the TV show, things like that, and probably another Jughead facts, and probably Veronica and Sabrina the Teenage Witch facts, because those two were my other favorites out of Archie Comics. So if you want to hear any of that or watch any of that, please click the subscribe button so that you know that I uploaded it to begin with, and also press the like button so I know that I'm going on the right path, because I'm a mess right now, but eventually I'm gonna get it. Okay, give me a second. Believe in me. Believe in the me that believes in not me. I'll see you guys later.